Hello, people out there who wear wigs, collect wigs, buy wigs for people they love, so on and so forth. I've never done a video before, especially a wig review video. I never thought I would be partaking in this. I'm doing this because when I was going in to buy this Blake wig by Jon Renau, I looked and looked and looked for any kind of reviews I could find. And unfortunately, I could only come across maybe 3 reviews. 2 of them which I actually found slightly informative. So I decided that, once I've had this unit for over a month now, and that I would go ahead and try to courtesy other people looking for this wig like I had, to go ahead and put a review out now that I'm aware of a lot of things with this wig. Alright, so first and foremost, this is the Blake Human Hair Wig by Jon Renau. See the length here. Now, this is color 22/16S8. I have altered this wig. I wore it for about 10 to 15 times, straight out of the box, with no alterations. I loved it, just like that. But as time went by, I started really longing for some layers. And this wig comes pretty basic. It does have a few long layers, but for the most part, it was pretty much straight down. So I have added some layers here. I actually based these off of another Jon Renau wig called the Zara, which I have purchased before I purchased the Blake, and in 2 colors I purchased that. And unfortunately, synthetic fiber, whether it's high-end synthetic fiber or not, you're gonna have an artificial shine. And I started realizing that no matter how many, wigs I buy, if I keep buying synthetic, basically, I'm going to add up to the amount of money that I could have spent on one, human hair unit that really was going to give me confidence to wear it out in public and in videos and pictures. Because I tell you what, the Zara that I got one in root beer float color, which I actually prefer that color based on the roots and how they appear in the unit itself. And then I also got the shaded praline, which is like the #1 color in that wig. And I really couldn't deal with the obvious knotting at the parting and the shine that the blonde carried, no matter how much dry shampoo I used. I even purchased the synthetic care line from Jon Renau and used that. It still had that synthetic shine, especially in pictures and in videos. I record some videos for, I'm a singer in a band, and I do some requests sometimes. And so I watched some of the videos after I made them, and I'm like, oh, wow, wiggy. So that's basically what finally got me down to sucking it up and purchasing this wig. Now, this is not a cheap unit. This unit retails for about $2,300, brand new out of the box, for the most part from what I've seen. I actually caught a break. I went onto a website called sisterwigs.com, sister with a C, and they have this wig on sale because it had previously been used in a review video from Heather, the girl who does the reviews. I think she pretty much is the whole owner of the website. I do believe. I could be wrong. But she actually had previously reviewed this wig. And at first, because once I purchased the wig, I got an email from Heather herself, which was really sweet and really cool. But she had let me know, she's like, I reviewed this wig on the video, and, you're really going to love it, and this and that. Well, at first I was shocked. I was kind of taken aback, and I responded to that like, wait, so this wig's already been worn? Like $1,600 I'm paying for a wig that's been worn? I didn't realize how wrong I really was. I had no idea. I had not seen her review videos or how she did them. But I later realized that really all she does is takes them out of the box, pops them on, you know, talks about the specs, the comfort, the feel, all the details about the wig. She doesn't do anything to them. She doesn't style them. She doesn't wash them, nothing. She puts them back in the box and discounts them, and you can buy them. So I wrote a reprieve and apologized for assuming otherwise, and it actually delayed the shipping a bit because since I wrote that email, they thought maybe I didn't want the wig, and I was like, no, I definitely do, and so on and so forth. But Heather's great. She did, you know, send me a personal email and said how much she personally loved this wig, and she wanted to keep it. She thought about keeping it, but, you know, lucky me, she didn't, because then I got to purchase it. So, she actually has a very detailed video about this wig, this exact wig. It's just Heather from Sister Wigs. Look her up on YouTube. She is very detailed about all the specs and the measurements and all those things. So I'm not going to cover all of that right now. Just my personal opinion about this wig itself. So I will say, when I first got out of the box, it was very nice. I combed through it. I was able to wear it probably 10, 15 times out and about. I really felt confident about it. The first time, because I hadn't had a human wig before, human hair wig. So I finally felt like, hey, this doesn't have that awkward shine to it. I feel like this is believable. I got so many compliments, especially on pictures and things I would take, because it looks great in photos and videos and things like that. Now, the first time I washed it, I will say, do not let this wig air dry. This is not the quality of human hair that just air dries to a silky, smooth, throw it back on after it dries finish. And that's unfortunate for the price, and I do understand that. But I ended up actually only paying, I believe, $1,600 for this wig at sisterwigs.com. But still, that is hefty, definitely hefty. So the first time I washed it, I used high quality shampoo and conditioner, and I let it air dry. I went to brush through it. It was a frizzy mess. I managed to blow dry it with a round brush and add some curl to it. I felt like at that time that was the only choice I had to make it wearable, and it worked. But when you would run your hands, you'd feel it, you know, kind of pulling back at you a little bit. So this time, what I actually did was I went through, and one of the issues I do have with this wig, and right here, I've added some concealer to this part here because I know that this is where I am going to wear this wig for the next few days or whatnot. But if I part it in a different zone where I have not added concealer, you can see the knots, okay? And I think that is a dead giveaway, and that's my opinion. Of course, some people, I'm sure there's much worse out there in the way of knots, but you know, here you can really tell here that those are like, hey, look at me, I have doll baby hair. So anyhow, I went through with a clay bleach by Sunlights. It's basically a balayage style bleach, and it doesn't really swell as much as regular powder bleach does. I went through with a 20 volume developer, whipped it up kind of on the thick side, and just from the smart lace to the band that separates the smart lace and the mono top, I brushed it really gently, almost just tapping it on the inside of this. I let it sit about 15-20 minutes because, to be honest, I wasn't sure how the smart lace was going to hold up with bleach. Anyhow, so where I did apply the lightener, I mean, I think it had, you know, a bit of an effect, especially towards, let me pull that down so you can see it against my skin. It looks silly, but you can see over here I have not applied any concealer. There are still some dark knots, but a lot of them have lightened up. Now, if you watch Heather's video with it right out of the box, it's not lightened at all. They're pretty obvious. And I knew that was going to be, I didn't know because I didn't see the video until obviously after. It just posted, I do believe, like a week ago. So anyway, after I washed it the second time I rinsed the bleach out, I used a Shimmer Lights Purple shampoo, and I used Paul Mitchell Carrot conditioner, and I squeezed it with a towel and got a lot of the moisture out of it. And then I took an argan oil, which there are several brands of argan oil out there. And I rubbed it in between my hands and just basically fingered it through, especially like on the sides here and in the back. And then at that point is when I started making the layers in it. And, you know, I just basically held them up and cut them just like you would your own hair if you were cutting your own hair, mind you. I went to beauty school, so I know a little bit about cutting layers and things like that. So I'll show you the back after I did a few layers. I do believe that the layers add a little bit more believable movement in the wig, which I like. And if this was my bio hair, I would have, you know, layers like this. I wouldn't just keep it all in my face long. So all in all, I love this wig for now. I don't have much to compare it to. I bought a human hair wig off eBay. I do believe it was made by Uniwigs. I did buy it from a seller who buys wigs, alters them, then resells them. She basically had darkened the roots. I bought it under the conception it was a full hand-tied cap. It was not. It actually had tracks starting like here, and they were extremely visible. I wrote back to her, and she apologized about her mistake and offered me a refund, but I don't know about you, but I cannot stand the return process. I hate dealing with it. I told her not to worry about it. Lesson learned. From now on, I'll ask for a picture of the inside of the cap if I'm curious. So I just kept on to it. She charged me, I think, $200, somewhere around there, $200 to $300. So significantly cheaper than Blake. But I love Blake. I'm not even gonna like sugarcoat it. I don't know what European hair, you know, a full lace European hair wig feels like. I don't know. So I don't have that to compare it to. But, I mean, I've had her for over a month. I've washed her, dried her, styled her, curled her, flat ironed her. And I love her. I mean, I really do. So I will take it off so you can see the cap construction. Ooh, don't mind my crazy bio hair. But this is the full hand-tied cap. Now that is the smart lace there. There is the silicone band here and the mono top there. I've sewn a clip here, a clip there, and a clip at the nape. And what I typically do, because I do have bio hair, is I'll spray like a really tough hairspray around the perimeter here. Man, I look crazy. And around the back here where the clips are going to be. That way, when I put it on, I can secure the nape, give it a little spin, get it in there, clip it, find my ear tabs, spin the clip, push it in, clip it, make sure that one's good, spin it, push it, clip it, and then you're good to go. I mean, really, it doesn't come with any clips or anything like that. It does fit very, very flat and nice to the head. I do add a little bit of volume here just by using a round brush, just like you would your own hair. So that's my review of Blake by Jon Renau. Take it as you will, but currently this is my Cadillac wig, and I do have two of the Zaras. I have the Miranda. I have a few other wigs too. So by far, this is my favorite wig to date. So we'll see if I can maybe get someone to give me a good link for a European hair wig website. Until then, thank you for watching.